Another person who had no business being out on the streets has taken the life of a beloved and productive member of society.
A Kansas City firefighter paramedic is dead after being stabbed in the line of duty. Firefighters went to the area of North Oak Trafficway and Highway 152 around 1 a.m. this morning to respond to a medical call.
They arrived on scene and saw a woman we now know as Shanita Basel, pictured here, walking on the shoulder of Highway 152 near Oak Trafficway. She had a laceration to her finger. While being transported, things turned deadly.
Yes, ASAP. My partners were stabbed.
29-year-old paramedic Graham Hoffman was stabbed in the chest while trying to transport his patient, Shanita Basel, to the hospital.
Police arrested Bazell and EMS took Hoffman to North Kansas City Hospital. He died this afternoon.
She's charged with first-degree murder, armed criminal action, assault, also resisting arrest.
But wouldn't you know it, only 1 week before, Shanita did this.
She was charged just last week in connection with allegedly attacking an off-duty officer. The officer said he attempted to detain Basel, who allegedly resisted, grabbed his handcuffs, and tried multiple times to reach for a knife attached to his chest, to his vest, while attempting to call for help. On his police radio, the officer reported that Basel bit his left forearm and refused to let go.
The judge, in that case, as in all criminal cases, reviewed the circumstances, determined the appropriate bond. In that case, bond was set at $10,000 and the defendant posted that bond.
Boy, I'm sure glad the bond was set that low and she was able to get out. Quite obvious from what she allegedly did that she was of no danger to anyone, right, Judge? Now, society has essentially traded in this for this. Does that seem like a good trade-off to you?
He was amazing. He had a very outgoing personality. Always came into class with a smile. Never late, always just very eager to learn. We've lost a member that was dedicated to this community, a very dedicated paramedic, a very dedicated firefighter, somebody who was at the start of his career.
Carney, who serves as KC's medical director, helped train Hoffman.
He worked some extra shifts with me to shadow me in the emergency department, and just one of the best individuals you could meet.
Bosel was out on bond for biting an officer last week, but Carney says the paramedics likely were not aware of any prior history when Hoffman was stabbed in the chest.
Sometimes we don't get that information. It's just a 911 call that says, hey, there's somebody on the side of the highway. We've got to go pick them up. I've been in inner city emergency medicine and EMS for close to 20 years now. And our safety is always a question whenever we go to work.
So this is the pattern we're all supposed to be okay with. Crazy person commits insane crime, empathetic judge lets them out, crazy person inevitably gets themselves in some trouble, and EMS has to risk their lives to save them?
If you have physically assaulted somebody who is trying to help you, and to the point of injuring them, breaking bones, or even worse, our goal in the state is to have everybody that represents EMS and healthcare workers united in the front, that we say zero tolerance for when this happens to one of our own.
But what does that mean? Are you going to throw them out of the ambulance? I would say yes, but then what? You're going to open yourselves to lawsuits funded by GoFundMes? Until we get rid of empathetic judges and start getting people like this off the streets, these kinds of tragedies will continue to happen.